Now, we may be seeing some of the largest short squeezes we have ever seen. Let me explain why. Short sellers bet $11 billion that crypto stock rally will not last. Short sellers are betting billions of dollars that the rally in cryptocurrency-linked stocks fueled by a surge in Bitcoin will eventually end. Total short interest is rising to all-time highs. Hedge funds' use of leverage and equities trading is near record levels. But on the flip side, $1.4 billion, 1.4 billion USDC just moved into Coinbase, which is the largest USDC inflow ever, which would mean that a bull market is probably incoming, which would also mean that short sellers betting $11 billion over leveraging themselves, stating that Bitcoin's rally is about to end, well, will be wrong. And to show you the degree of how big this inflow is, previously $1.3 billion worth of USDC was deposited on Coinbase in 2023 when Bitcoin was only at $16,800. Seeing a greater inflow, the largest we have ever seen, Bitcoin is now sitting above 70,000. Now I want to talk about where I personally believe AMC is at, and again, nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. But before we get into GameStop, as well as before we get into crypto and the overall market and what's happening, all I ask you guys to do is please hit the like button. It helps me out. It's free. Smash that subscribe button if you find value out of the video or just want to join the family on this journey to financial freedom. Okay, so we have previously seen AMC sell off, and looking at AMC previously before the run up in January of 2021, this is where I personally believe we are at. Correlated, made it a little bit neater, lined up some time frames as well as percentages, and everything lines up. If we look back here at AMC, you can see a top and then a higher peak and then a top, kind of forming a very ugly head and shoulders pattern, but not really. And then this flash down where you see this white arrow is. AMC had the same exact thing play out. This top, this higher peak, and then the second top, arrow flash down. Of course, we had some chop trading and it didn't play out identically, but it played out very, very similarly. Not only that, but if we take a look at previously, before we had those peaks, you had this little part right here in the cycle. AMC had the same part right here in the cycle, and if you drag the trend line from the bottom of this to the bottom before we ran up in January, this is the same thing you would get, bottom to bottom where we flash down, and essentially you would see a move higher right at the end of April. Well, actually coming into May, right, you'd see a move higher first week of May, and that is essentially what we're looking at. Not only that, AMC dipped below this trend line once back here, and then once right here before moving higher. If the same thing happens, we dip below here, and then the same exact day amount from this dip to the next dip would be right here. April 15th, AMC would hit its low, or right around that time frame. April 15th would hit the very low AMC has ever hit before starting to scale higher. Essentially, April 15th would be the best time to purchase calls, in my opinion, and that is what I will be doing. If we look at AMC anyway, from where we're trading at right now until we come into that time frame, you're going to see sort of a U accumulation phase, but a slow move down and then a slow move up before moving higher. Now, there are other things that correlate to this and that is going to bring this to life besides the fact of the cycle playing out. But overall, this is what we're looking at for AMC. This is exactly what we're tracking. I think it will play out. If we look at the short exempts yesterday, absolutely disgusting for a single day. 840,000 short exempts on AMC. This comes after back to back almost 300,000 short exempts every single day, and you're seeing 800,000 on that sell-off. This is disgusting. It wasn't a real sell-off. Short sellers are taking advantage of this. This wasn't just, oh, dilution dropped the stock. No, this was short sellers attacking it unrightfully, bringing it to a very low level. Short percentage is high. Short exempt volume is the highest we've seen it in a very, very, very long time. Okay, so something to point out. We're also losing on the options chain, of course. Premium going to market makers. Now, AMC also had an order imbalance, just to get this out of the way, of 50,333 shares on the buy side. And before I tell you what is also going to bring that move to fruition, I want to talk about GameStop real quick. It is fighting for its life to try not break under $12.50, which is into this next, well, now is demand zone, but eventually this will be the trading zone, and then it will break below, in my opinion, for GameStop. So as of right now, it is really, really fighting this. As soon as it enters this zone, there's a lot of demand for GameStop, at least based on the algorithms. And also, this is testing a break back into the macro trend line all at the same time. So this is a very crucial level for GameStop to either break below or get a bounce. Either way, I see GameStop moving with AMC around the same time frame when it moves, because that is what they do. Losing badly on the options chain as well. Premium going to market maker. Short exempt, volume extremely high for GameStop. Almost 3 days back to back to back. 60,000, then 354, then 161. Keep in mind, GameStop usually does 1,000 or 8,000, and that is the usual numbers for a GameStop. So these are extremely, extremely high. They are attacking the absolute crap out of GameStop and AMC. Now, if we take a look at Ethereum Classic on the weekly time frame, Ethereum Classic has scaled down and is getting this base to move higher on the weekly. So this is a beautiful setup, beautiful thing to see, and this thing has consistently made higher highs and higher lows. If Ethereum Classic is about to make this move back here at the beginning of the bull market, which we have seen those inflows, right, then AMC will follow. And I think Ethereum Classic is going to lead coming into late May, and then AMC is going to follow, and we're going to see the largest short squeezes that we have ever seen. Also, keep in mind, $15.1 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options are expiring today. So you're going to see volatility on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, and potentially not even a strong move higher. You're probably going to see volatility sideways, consolidation, and maybe even a slight decline. If we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin looks to have had this retrace back here and is getting this weekly hammer candle that we saw down here with the long wick. Bitcoin is playing out that same exact thing, where the next few weeks following, coming into the halving, are going to be the largest rips we have seen in Bitcoin. And this is my outlook right now, which is going to absolutely obliterate short sellers across the board. Another thing to note, I do still hold my Dogecoin. It's down 3% on the day. It got rejected at the level we exactly said, right around 22 to 23 cents at that fib level, and it's getting a slight retracement. This is a healthy retracement, and I think Dogecoin is going to make its move all the way up to 34 cents right after this retracement is done, starting next week. So this weekend, I assume, is going to be accumulation across the board for cryptos. So that is just one thing to note. Now, before we get into the overall market, as well as a couple other plays, and close out the video, I'm going to ask you guys to please get in the Discord. We're getting some new members. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go, guys. Pop in here. We would love to have you. Level up your trading journey. Become financially free with us in here. And also, as soon as I take a trade in my personal account, I post it in Discord, so you guys will know when I enter a trade. We post our gains, post our losses, talk stocks and crypto, and we have options trading alerts. So get in there, guys. And also, if you want to join Moomoo, use my link. Make a deposit, and you will start earning benefits from there. Up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock. 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, and then 5.1% for the rest of the year after the 3 months expires for the 8.1. And this is again with zero risk. Then they're giving you level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options for free, going long, shorting, and more. So use my link. Download Moomoo, open an account, and deposit $1 into there to start earning benefits. Now, February PCE inflation, the Fed's preferred inflation measure, rises to 2.5% in line with expectations of 2.5%. Core PCE inflation was 2.8 in line with expectations of 2.8. We officially have rising CPI, PPI, and PCE inflation is higher for longer back. This is going to affect the overall market. Not necessarily good news, not necessarily bad news. The SPY is having a hammer candle read on the daily. If the SPY ends up pushing down, watch for a hold right around 516.50, which would be a bounce off of the middle of the Bollinger Bands. If we break below that, then the SPY is going to have a nice slight little correction down to around 507. So those are the levels I'm watching for the SPY as of right now. We tested the top of the Bollinger Bands, and we need to consolidate a little bit more to build some more steam. Nvidia bouncing right off the middle of the Bollinger Bands as well. This is looking good. Once we get a clean break below that, we're watching other levels of support right around 860. If Nvidia crashes below 900, I'm watching 860. And I'm talking a clean close under that, a clean full day close. Tesla 175.80 down 2.25%. This isn't a clean breakdown just yet, but this is really testing a crucial support level. If Tesla gets a full candle close under 175, that may be a good time to enter puts and watch for a hold right around 166.50 or a break even lower to bring Tesla to new relative lows. Speaking of Tesla, Cathie Wood's ARK buys another $14 million in Tesla stock and also sells their Coinbase stock. Last but not least, Zuckerberg is selling more Meta. He sold another $115 million in Meta stock. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Go share this video on your social medias. Let them know that squeezes are coming and we have to make sure short sellers are wrong about this bull market rally. And let me know what you think about this bull market rally. Are you still in Bitcoin? Are you still in Doge? Are you in Mara, Clean Spark, any of those? Let me know in the comments down below. I love you. Lottery Stocks out.